Oh, all right. Well, why don't you start recording then before I'm ready? Okay, I'm ready. I'm here. And so are you. Welcome to lesson 204. I am not a body. I am free, for I am still as God created me. We're in a review period. Today we're reviewing lesson 184, which was the name of God is my inheritance. It's all about God this week. God's name reminds me that I am his son, not slave to time, unbound by laws which rule the world of sick illusions, free in God, forever and forever one with him. So pretty big lesson today. Wow. I am not a body. I am free, for I am still as God created me. I am under no laws but God's. Thank you very much. Ooh, what a rebel. So yesterday we called upon God's name, whichever that was to us. We realized that we are made in God, of God, in love, for love, by love, however you want to say it. But we are made in the image of God, meaning we are made of the same creator material. So then we come here for, I don't know, whatever reason. According to A Course in Miracles, it was because we're just dreaming. We think we left God. But we have to realize who we are, and that's a state of remembering. That's a state of removing blockages to love. So God's name reminds me that I am his son. I am his daughter. I am a thought in the mind of God. So what does that mean? I am not slave to time. Time only exists in this dream. I am unbound by laws which rule the world of sick illusions. So when you realize this is a dream, then it kind of does help you transcend a lot of the things that could keep you bound, but they don't anymore because you're just a rebel and saying this is not even real, which makes it seem like these laws don't even apply to you. So like in a way, for me personally, I feel like I can mold this dream pretty dang good. For the most part, up until the roadblock, which is where I'm being not forgiving. So I'm working it, but eventually you get past even that and realize that you are made of God and you will go home to God. So free in God, forever and forever one with him. So even if you end up doing a really good job making this a happy dream, you still want to go home. So anyways, that's lesson 204. I am not a body. I am free, for I am still as God created me. Jesus, for lesson 204, said, this is a reminder to think of God throughout the day. You certainly entertain a lot of other thoughts. You think about a lot of other things like bills and your body and going to the dentist and how you stubbed your toe and this and that and this and that. But do you take time to think of God throughout the day? So this is a reminder to think of God, remind yourself of God, and remember what you are. God is not here in this place, in this dream. God is at home. He doesn't really take too much interest in what you are doing here because you are dreaming. So that is why you suffer in this dream. You don't think of God enough. Remind yourself of God. Remember what you are. This world is doing its job. This world is a distraction from the truth. This world does not want you to wake up to the truth, but you want to wake up. So go within and talk with God and go home to God when you've had enough of this world. So that doesn't mean to croak, that you don't necessarily go home to God when you croak. So you have to wake up. You have to wake up and realize what this place is and what you're doing here and why you are here. And really, it is important to do your forgiveness world. So don't croak while you haven't done your work. I think you better do your work. I mean, I'm going to do my work. I'm not taking any chances. I'm going to forgive and forgive and forgive and forgive and forgive. And every time I turn around, there's another thing to forgive. And then try to remember what I am, who I am, what I'm made of, and where my home truly is. So I don't know. What do you think? I mean, can you go within and talk with God? God doesn't pay attention to us. According to Jesus, Tina Jesus, God does not really care what we're doing down here. So the other day, like, someone asked me about something in my life, you know. Actually, we were talking about money, and they were like kind of like wondering how I always had enough money, even though, like, you know, it doesn't seem like maybe I should have enough. And I was like, I don't know, I guess just the grace of God. And then that made me laugh because God isn't here. Like, I don't really know if I can give him credit for my finances. I mean, a lot of people give God a lot of credit, like, oh, thanks, God. Thanks for helping us with that win. But God is not watching you play because you're dreaming. I don't know. What do you think? You tell me. Pathwaysoflight.org. Welcome to the reading, A Course in Miracles Workbook Lesson 204, Insights. Review. I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. The name of God is my inheritance. It is helpful for me to look at the symbolism of the name of God. When a botanist identifies the name of a plant, that name is a reference to all the characteristics of that plant, including its heritage. When that plant reproduces, the reproduction is given the same name. So, as a botanist, when told the name of a plant, knows the full description of that plant. In the same way, the name of God encompasses the full description of God, all that God is. It does not matter what word we use as the name of God. The word is a symbol of all that God is. Since the name of God is my inheritance, his name also represents all that I am. This is a very different image than I have held of myself. All God is, I am. To the ego, this statement is arrogant. But the real arrogance is the denial of this statement because it is saying, I know better than God what I am. God gave me his name and all of his characteristics. It is time to let go of the arrogance of the ego that refuses God's gifts. Holy Spirit, help me today to see the name of God in everyone, including myself. Help me see past the false images made to hide the reality in everyone. I am willing to accept the name of God as my inheritance, for I recognize I am not a body. I am free. I am still as God created me. What stands out to me in this lesson is that I am not slave to time. I am unbound by laws which rule the world of sick illusions. So many times I do think I am slave to time, and I do think I am bound by laws of the world. This means I still have a lot of mind healing work to do. This means I still need to continue to deny the denial of the truth. Accepting sick illusions is really not helpful to me nor to anyone else. I do not need to continue doing this. I can step back from these beliefs, and that is my practice today. When I have an open mind, The Holy Spirit will help me by bringing in a new unlimited perception. It is my job to keep my mind open and not repeat the past. The ego groove may be deep, through many repetitions, but with the Holy Spirit's help, I can step out of that ego groove. It takes my willingness to not assume anything. It takes my willingness to be led by the Holy Spirit. Following the Holy Spirit's lead, I find I am not bound to the laws of the world. I am under no laws but God's. Why should I delay freedom? Why should I continue repeating sick illusions of separation? The time is now. The Holy Spirit will show me I am not slave to time. The Holy Spirit will make things simple. My job is to step back and listen. This is my practice today, for I am not a body. I am free. I am still as God created me. This is true now and forever. Yes, I am under no laws but God's, and this is why my function is to have the willingness to surrender in each moment to the voice within me for everything. My only desire is to hear God's voice in every moment, to see with the vision of Christ. When I hear and see with the body's ears and eyes, I am identifying with the body, and then I do not know what anything is for, nor what anything means. When I rely on the voice within, the Holy Spirit, for everything, I realize I am not a body, I am free. I am still as God created me. The name of God is my inheritance because God's voice lives in me. I know this is true. When I hear his voice in every moment and see with his eyes, the vision of Christ is given me. I then realize total oneness with all. God is all, and so am I. Pathwaysoflight.org. Sometimes when I'm reading these lessons in the Pathways of Light, I feel like I have this little gauge meter reader thing that kind of will go up and down. And it's like, how much do I actually believe this? Do I actually believe this? Because sometimes yeah, it sounds great to say, I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. So we can say it, but do you believe it? Do you know it? So anyways, yeah, sometimes I can see that little going up and down, sort of wavering, But I keep going because there's really nothing else that I've found that creates change in me like A Course in Miracles has. I mean, I know what it feels like to resent and to see people as separate as me and hate them and not want to deal with that. And then I know how miserable that is. So it's like, well, I guess I'll try forgiveness. I guess I'll try oneness with all. So, I mean, I try it out, I leave, I come back, I keep coming back because I just keep on feeling better and better in this life, in this dream, if you will. I mean, it's like sometimes when my mind's like, do I really believe this? Who cares? Have you been feeling better? Awesome. Are you getting lighter? Yes. Are you getting more joyful? Yes. Do you feel more of a connection within you? Yes. Okay, then let's keep doing these lessons, even if it's like, whoa, that's a lot. So do I believe the name of God is my inheritance? Okay. Sure. God's name reminds me that I am his son. Obviously, I am his son. Not slave to time. I like that. unbound by laws which rule the world of sick illusions, I'm down with being unbound. Free in God sounds good to me. Forever and ever one with him. Can't wrap my mind around it, but sure, why not? Well, in that case, I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me.